Shalom, shalom, shalom to all of my Israeli family. Hello, how are you? Good morning, afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Lior Scaler, Regional Ambassador with your favorite designer fashion brand, and this is our next edition of the weekly tour, of the weekly webinar that we're going to be doing this week for more training for you guys. And you know, one of the most exciting topics is how to become a forensic networker. This is where you go from doing GWT as a hobby to doing GWT as a business. This is where you go from receiving hobby checks. This is where you go to receiving business checks. So it's all possible here in Forensic Networker. You just have to learn the system. You just have to follow it. And by learning it and following it, you will achieve the financial dreams that you have always wanted for yourself. So I hope that you have a pen. I hope that you have a piece of paper. I hope that you're ready to take a lot of notes because, you know, this training and this information is going to give you the keys to everything that you've wanted this business to give you. All right? So we're just going to need your focus, going to need your enthusiasm, and if you do have any questions, write them down and make sure that you ask the questions to your My 5 after the webinar. We want to keep these webinars short, so if you do have any questions, make sure you get a hold of your My 5 and you ask your My 5 these questions afterwards so that they can help you out with anything that you need help with. So once again, thank you, everybody, for being on the webinar today, and I'm excited and ready to, you know, take you guys on a tour of the Forensic Networker system. All right. So, first of all, I want to let you guys know that there is a website for Forensic Networker, forensicnetworker.com. This is what's on the website. It's a great tool for listening to various testimonials about forensic, more about what the Forensic Networker system is. You can sign up at the bottom for the Forensic Networker site, so you'll get regular emails from Ramin on forensic-related topics. So lots of important things to know about there, and it'll just get you in the right mindset. So great website for you and a great website for your prospects. You know, make sure your prospects go here and sign up so they can start to get in our world and start to understand exactly what we are doing here. All right, there's also the Forensic Networker Nation Facebook group. So this is what the Facebook group looks like. If you're not part of the group, become part of the group. If you haven't gone through every single post in the Forensic Networker Nation group, I highly recommend that you do. Go to the group and go through every single message. So read every single message all the way down to the bottom, and your mindset will be completely different after you do that. Your understanding will be completely different after you do that. Ramin always posts. You see, he just posted a couple of days ago on how to become a mental warrior. So, you know, focusing on your mental mindset. This is something that this is a group that you should read at least every day to get your mindset into the right place. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to discuss the 8 categories of distributorship. All right. Right now, you are in one of these categories. One of these categories applies to you, and the goal is to move you up into the higher categories. The higher up you go in the categories, the more financial rewards you will receive and the more recognition you will achieve. So the first category is the Lotto Group. So these are the members that come to business presentations, and they get seduced by the hype. They love excitement. So they buy an enrollment package, they get started, and they disappear. So sometimes these people get in based on the promises of their sponsors, such as sign up and I'll build it for you. So they got in because they were promised that somebody was going to build it for them, and that's why they got in, because they didn't want to do any work. They just wanted somebody to build it for them. These investors didn't buy a business and pursue the MLM profession. They bought a home business lottery. to see if their numbers would come up, to see if maybe they would win the lottery. If this is you, I got some news for you. You are not in the MLM profession, and you will not enjoy success, okay? So if you are not willing to be responsible for your business, if you want somebody else to do it, you will not succeed. So enjoy your products, because at least you have some beautiful products, and you know you can wear them, and you can enjoy them, and they're beautiful, and I'm sure you love them. So you know, at least you can enjoy your products. The second group is the Weekend Wonder group. This group is an interesting one. These people usually come to their first meeting in designer suits, looking and speaking confidently. They see this profession as easy. They can put in 10 people a day, and they don't feel any need to educate themselves or attend any trainings. They come in fast. They bring in a whole bunch of people. Sometimes they even make a few large checks right away. You know, they can make some bonus checks. A few weeks to a few months later, when they don't see the duplication, they quit, or they simply move to another company, and they leave behind a lot of casualties. All right? This group comes into the industry with the attitude that they're going to make $1 million even if it takes them all weekend. Even if they have to work hard all weekend, they're going to make $1 million. Well, if that's your attitude, if this is you, you are not in the MLM profession, and you will not succeed. So enjoy your products. You got beautiful products. Enjoy your products. Number 3, slave driver group. This group is rare, but they do exist. These individuals are the investors who come in and expect their upline to build an entire business for them. This group is not satisfied with just help and support they receive and expect the upline to keep creating welfare checks for them. These people are not even shy to ask their uplines to place 1 or 2 hot shots under them in their legs. If this is you, and if you expect your uplines to build your business for you, you are not in the MLM profession, and you will not succeed. So enjoy your beautiful products, because they are beautiful. Number 4, the social group. The social group generally are nice, friendly people, and they comprise a very large percentage of the MLM workforce. Their primary reason for being involved in MLM is not money. They love making friends first. Making money is secondary. They are also extremely helpful in event planning and coordination, and they often volunteer their time to sit at the registration table and do other tasks. They are at every meeting and training, but never bring any prospects with them. If this is you, you're an important part of any team, and you're highly liked and respected, okay? I mean, we'd love to have you around. However, you will not reach financial significance. So enjoy your new friends and your products, okay? Number 5, the sometime group. This group is the largest segment of the MLM workforce. They call themselves part-time, but they're not. There is a distinct difference between part-timer and sometime. Sometimers allow their business venture to take a back seat to all the other competing commitments. They simply conduct their business when they can, as long as they can depend all of their other life commitments first. So everything I have to do in my life is first, and if I have some extra time, then I'll do the business. They don't have a plan of action or a precise business plan, nor are they building their business on a consistent basis. They simply do it when it's convenient or when the opportunity presents themselves. All right? As our CEO, Ramin Mizgarlu, says, you cannot socialize your MLM business. If your promise is for your home business to free you up from your job, stress, or traditional business, then you must treat it with the utmost respect. Doing a mini presentation in the elevator or having a chat in the hallway is not showing respect for your business. You wouldn't do that with your job, nor should you do that with your home business, which is your absolute best financial freedom option. Number 6 is the part-time group. This group does all the right things and has a real opportunity to reach some, if not all, of their financial promises. Some of the part-time group will go on to become part-time serious or even full-time. This group is not in a rush and are committed to most of the MLM success principles. There are two key weaknesses that part-time group possesses that separates them from the top most successful group. They have not committed to become trainers for their team and only rely on the company systems and on their upline to provide all their team support. They have not built like and trust with their key leaders, mainly because they have not utilized their home to provide support or to spend much quality one-on-one time with their leaders. If this is you, you're on the right track. Stretch yourself a bit more by hosting weekly events in your home. Also, make a habit of treating your leaders for a quick latte, cappuccino, and other like and trust building activities, and you will reach your financial promises. Okay? There's a lot of sometimers in our business. There's a lot of sometimers, and the goal is to take the sometimers from the sometime group to the part-time group. All right? That's the goal, is to take people from the sometime group to the part-time group. Okay? Number 7, part-time serious. This is the select group that you always hear about. They went from 0 to $10,000 a month in 12 months part-time. These stories are true, and every company has them. But let's put the facts on the table. This special group may be termed part-time, but they really have 2 full-time commitments. Their first commitment is their full-time job or business that takes 40 hours a week. Their second commitment is their MLM business that also takes 25 hours a week. This special group is totally motivated to build their MLM business and replace their full-time job for traditional business as soon as possible. They live, breathe, sleep their MLM business, and they are what we call excited and exhausted until they reach their financial promises. It takes a great deal of commitment and drive to be able to keep on track for 12 to 18 months that it will take to achieve your financial and success promises. I'm here to tell you that it's not easy, but it is worth it. And the vast majority of the part-time serious group will end up full-time within 2 years. They work the business consistently and not in spurts. They use all the existing company tools. And if the company does not have the sufficient support and training tools, they will create them to support their teams. Just like professional athletes on practice days, the serious part-time group are never too busy or too tired. They show up as they're supposed to, and they get down to business day after day. The only exception to this is when a leader from another MLM company switches and brings with them other qualified MLMers who fall into part-time, part-time serious, or full-time. In this case, the leader can succeed rapidly without investing the commitment and the efforts that it would normally be necessary. Let's not let these exceptions confuse you of what it takes for the average person to achieve similar results. The last group is the full-time group. The full-time group shares many similarities with the part-time serious group. Most full-time distributors started as part-time or part-time serious on their way to full-time. However, there is one serious danger that full-time distributors face, which sometimes can lead to financial turmoil for many. The industry's common teaching is to work your MLM business on a part-time basis until you replace your full-time income. Then quit your full-time income and build your MLM business full-time. Excuse me. That sounds great. And that is the objective of millions of MLMers. The danger here is that until the Forensic Networker program, no one was providing these ambitious MLMers with a full-time MLM business plan. The distributors are told to continue to work their part-time business plan by simply doing more of the same. We've seen it over and over again, distributors who started part-time and quickly replaced their full-time income with their company's part-time business plan and quit their jobs. When that happens, the newfound freedom will sidetrack their focus as they start to enjoy the fun things in their lives. Sometimes they fall into the sometime distributor category. When they finally decide to get back to work, they become very confused because they don't know what to do. The reason for the confusion is that working your MLM from home full-time is a totally different business than doing it part-time. Part-time members can get away with doing little since they have a full-time income with their job. Regardless of their income, the part-timer feels good about any effort they put towards their business since it is over and above their full-time job commitments. Their distributors also see them as committed within the platform of the part-time distributor. The distributor's work habits are created during this phase, but once the platform changes to full-time, the lingering part-time habits create confusion and frustration. The routine plan no longer is a fit for them, and a new, comprehensive, full-time plan is required to sustain and increase the momentum of the business. Okay? So, when you are full-time, you have to change your mindset from a part-time mindset to a full-time mindset. Full-time mindset means you need to have a system every day to consistently do your business full-time. You can't just do it part-time like you did when you have a job. And you can't just switch to full-time when your income replaces your full-time income, because every business has fluctuations in the first couple of years. So when your business fluctuates, you want to make sure you have something that's going to help you to move forward in that period. So you should only quit your job when your income is more than double your full-time job income. When your income is double, then the fluctuations are okay because you will still be more than what you were making when you had a full-time job. All right? So that is the 8 categories of distributorship. And whichever category you are in, write that down. If you're a weekend wonder, write it down. If you're in the lotto group, write it down. And be honest, okay? If you're a sometime group, write it down. If you're part-time, write it down. But be honest, okay? Once you've written down which group you are in, the next goal is for you to write down what is your target group. Which group do you want to be in, okay? Write down the target group, okay? And then that's your target, to get into that group. So that is the 8 categories of distributorship. The next thing to understand regarding forensic is the GWT promo section of where you can get all of the different promo materials. So here you will see the promo section, which you can find in your back office by going to My Tools and GWT Promo, and then the Forensic Networker section. In that section, you will see all of this information there. You're going to see the cards, which we're going to talk about in a second. You're going to see the Forensic Upline CD, which is going to teach you how to be a good upline. If you want to learn how to be a great upline, get that CD. Very, very important. There's the hats, some shirts. Then there's the Forensic Networker CD and DVD. You definitely want to get that. The Forensic Portfolio for writing inside of it, the polo shirt, and there's the full kit. So this is the full kit. The full kit includes a bag. It includes the box. It includes a pen, cards, and the manual. The manual has a lot of very important information with regards to your forensic mindset, with regards to ratios of how many people to call in order to get a certain amount of results. So you want to make sure that you order this kit as quickly as you possibly can, at the least. Now, if you are waiting for the kit and you can't wait to get started, you can go to any supply store and get the box. The box is just a regular recipe box, and you want to get the dividers. So one set of dividers is going to be the months from January to December, and you're going to get another set of dividers, which is going to be numbers from 1 to 31. And let's say you're going to start being forensic in August. You're going to go to August, and you're going to put in 1 to 31, and those are the different days of the week in August. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take these candidate information sheets, and you're going to go to your list. Everybody should have a list. If you don't have a list, you don't have a business. A list of people that you want to introduce to the business, and what you're going to do is you're going to transfer the names, phone numbers, and contact info onto these candidate information sheets. You're going to transfer that information there, okay? Once you've transferred that information there, you're going to have it. Now, if you have a business card, instead of transferring that information over, you can just staple the business card to the candidate sheet, and you'll have it there. All right. Now, every time I go out on the street and I meet somebody in a coffee shop or in a supermarket, when I get home, I put their information onto these sheets. Now, there's 3 different colors. You're going to make green, red, and yellow. The green ones are just regular prospects. Okay, your regular prospects are the green ones. The red ones are the VIP prospects. That's what the red ones are for, the VIP prospects. And the yellow ones are your luck consultants. Okay, so you're going to have green, red, and yellow. So regular prospects are green. The red ones are your VIPs. These are your networkers. These are people with a large circle of influence, large network, you know, people who you think are really going to do well in this business. Those are the reds. And then the yellow is once they become a luxury consultant. Okay? So once you have these sheets, what you're going to do is you're going to take your DMO daily tracking sheet and your daily tracking system. Okay? And what you're going to do with the daily tracking system is this is meant to be for you to keep track of your daily calls. Okay? So at the top it says date. You're going to put the date, the day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then your promise. How many calls are you promising to do today? According to Forensic, you're going to do 100 calls a week full-time, 40 calls a week part-time. 100 calls full-time, 40 calls part-time. So if you are going to make 10 calls, where it says promise, you're going to put 10. If you want to make 5, you're going to put 5. Doesn't matter what it is as long as you put the number there. Daily activity actual is the actual number of calls that you made. So if your promise was 10 and your actual was 4, you're going to put 4. If you actually made 1, you're going to put 1. That's your actual. Then it says new activity, 70%. So the prospecting calls, which are calls to your prospects, that should be 70% of your phone calls. And then you're going to have team support activity, TS activity. That's activity for your team, supporting your team. That's going to be 30% of your calls. Okay, so if you're spending, so then you're going to add up how many calls did you do for your first generation and how many calls did you do to your team support, and you're going to put the numbers in there. Okay. Now, what is a new activity call? A new activity call is a call where you're calling a prospect to have a conversation about GWT, okay? Or if you have a new luxury consultant, that's considered your first generation, and you're helping them do a 3-way call with somebody who is their prospect, that is also considered part of the 70%. So either your personal prospects or a prospect for your first generation, like a 3-way call, okay? The next thing you're going to do, excuse me, is you're going to, in these boxes, every one of these boxes indicates a new phone call. So if you call somebody and you made an appointment with them to show them a tour, you're going to write APP in the first box. So the box is the result of the phone call. If your next call, somebody says, can you call me back tomorrow? You're going to say, great, and you're going to put CB for callback. If you're following up with somebody, if it's a follow-up call, you're going to put FLU. If it's a voicemail, you're going to put NA, not available. Okay? So this is the result of the call. So at the end of the day, what you're going to do is you're going to add up all of the APPs, all of the appointments, and you're going to put how many you had. You're going to add up all the callbacks. You're going to put how many you had. You're going to add up all the not availables, how many you had. And then you're going to make whatever notes you want to make about anything that happened that day. Okay? And then you're going to keep one of these sheets for every day. So if you worked for 7 days this week, then you're going to have 7 of these sheets at the end of the day, at the end of the week. Now, at the end of the week, you're going to take these 7 sheets and you're going to transfer the information onto this weekly tracking sheet. Okay? So you're going to put the month, so let's say August, number of weeks, there's 5 weeks because, for example, July has 5 weeks. The number of days that you worked, if you work 7 days, you're going to put 7. And then you're going to transfer the number. So how many prospecting calls did you do? How many contacts did you have? It should be 25% of your calls. How many tours did you do? Should be 20% of your contacts. How many new LCs do you have? Should be 50% of your tours. How many follow-ups? How many callbacks? and you're going to keep track of these numbers for 4 months, okay? Now, why 4 months? Because after 4 months, when this sheet is complete, you're going to fax it or email it to the CEO and founder of our company, the forensic networker himself, Ramin Mazgarlu, and Ramin promises that as busy as he is, whoever sends him 4 months worth of data, he will personally phone you, and he will review the numbers with you, and he will tell you how you can improve and become better, all right? That's how incredible our CEO and founder is, that he's willing to help every single LC, no member left behind. As long as you guys are willing to do the work, as long as you guys are willing to go through forensic and fill out the sheets for 4 months straight, he is willing to take his time to go through it with you and to help you to build your business, all right? So that's how you fill out this sheet. So ladies and gentlemen, it's all about staying forensic. And staying forensic means staying consistent. That's what it's about. The more consistent you can stay with your forensic, the more daily calls you do, the more weekly calls you do, and the monthly calls, and you keep track of everything with your box, that's when you're going to see the results, the financial rewards that you want, the dreams that you wanted when you got started in this company. That's when they're going to become a reality, when you stay forensic, okay? If you want a hobby check, you don't need forensic. If you want a business check, you need forensic. So again, the question is up to you. Do you want a hobby check or do you want a business check? That is something that you have to ask yourself, but whatever you want the answer to be, you can have that answer. So, ladies and gentlemen in Israel, Toda Rabba, thank you for joining me on the call today. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, make sure to contact your My5, and we'll be more than happy to answer the questions for you. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Take care.